All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. A little bit of a mixed bag here, but we're going to take a look at Marathon as you see on the screen. We'll take a look at Nikola shortly after, and then if I've got time, I kind of want to flash Neo on this as well, all right? So, really interesting chart right here, okay? I mean, the candle is the biggest thing that I'm focusing on, right? I mean, you should be able to see it before I get into it, but an interesting break of two moving averages, all right? My concern is volume, all right? And I really can't tell if I should put more emphasis up here or down here, all right? And that's kind of going to be the little struggle I'm going to talk with. Obviously, I'm seeing what Bitcoin is doing, but back of my head, we saw Bitcoin do really well and this didn't, right? So I'm not even sure how to connect that in all honesty, all right? Afterwards, we're going to look at Nikola, and I've been watching Nikola. I actually mentioned it not that long ago. It was actually 25th, so yeah, a couple days ago. Nikola looked like it was setting up. Nikola had a really big moving average test, and great things happened once that broke, all right? And then Neo. Actually, someone else on the MEM Discord just asked me about Neo, if I'm not mistaken. Give me one sec. I'm so sorry. I'm over it. I tried. Neo, the pain is not over, all right? I know it looks like it's taking a beating. I know it looks like it's due for a recovery. It does not, in my opinion at least, look like it's ready for a recovery, all right? So, excited to talk about these three, but before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal, there's only one here. I'm surprised. Yeah, look at that. There's horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So let's get into it, and man, this marathon chart, I often use 50-50. Like sometimes a chart is just so 50-50 that I don't know what to do. And look, whenever I make my videos on YouTube here, I don't like cheat, all right? I'm not going into like my 1 and the 2. Sometimes I'm looking at the stock, right? And I obviously know what my better indicators look like, but yeah, this chart reader stack is simple but deadly. I say that often, and I think this is one of those instances where like, yeah, I just wish there were a couple more indicators to give a couple more thoughts on, but man, this is so 50-50 to me. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it's because of where the candle closed and it's because of what volume looks like, all right? And normally I start up here, but I do really want to talk about volume really quickly, all right? I mean, even in this view, you can see it, let alone I want to zoom in and basically look at the month of March. But this 50-day volume line is a struggle, all right? And again, if I zoom into basically all of March, right, we have been significantly under that line way more often than we've been at or over it, right? And to me, that's troubling. Okay, I know a lot of people like to talk about holding. I need buying. I need volume, buying, right? Obviously, volume can be selling, and we're not talking about that right now, right? But yeah, I'm here looking for more volume. Believe me, 57 million shares on a single day is a lot. It is a lot. I'm not trying to like take away from that, but if you look in the box over there, we're expecting 75 million has been the average of the last 50 days, right? That's what this average 50-day volume means, right? So we are, give or take, at least 20-25% below where we want to be in terms of volume, and that's not a good thing at all, right? So that volume, that lack of volume is concerning. From there, again, just look at the month, right? There have actually been more red sell days than buy days. I don't like that. I don't. Hey, prices stayed a little more horizontal, but in reality, it actually was really close to 30, and now we're obviously really close to 20. So this is actually a 33% loss, even though it doesn't look like a crazy drop, right? My concern up here is two parts. Okay, number one, you always hear me talk about beating the biggest candle to the left. I struggle to say that. I don't know why. I wish we got over this 20th candle, right? Last Wednesday, this thing closed at 22.40 and change. We barely cracked 22, right? Like we're clearly under that line. So I do wish we closed just a couple, 40 cents more is literally all we needed to make me happy, all right? Now, normally when we break two moving averages, I'm going to be a lot more excited, okay? My problem right now is I don't know if I can trust this 20 moving average, all right? In some ways, look, we lose it, we come to the 100, we rebound, and maybe we've rebound. So I don't know if I'm kind of underplaying this 100 moving average bounce. Maybe I am, but I'm seeing a struggle to get over the 20 right now is what I think I can't stop focusing on. Again, it's the opposite of Wolf. I just covered Wolf on the last video. Wolf broke and is going, right? Like this was what looked like the same unable to break it until this thing had good earnings that saved it, right? I'm not sure if Marathon has that good oomph to save it. Hey, maybe this Bitcoin run is enough. Again, I started the video saying we saw Bitcoin do really well and Marathon not do really well, right? So I'm struggling to not just simply close my eyes and forget the recent questions, uncertainties, and pain. Again, like I said, this is a 33% drop that we're looking at, right? So it's been an interesting month, and I just can't close my eyes and say that month didn't happen, right? So I think I need a little bit more. I think I need to wait. Oh man, you can see that's basically what we wicked today. What are you at? Okay. I think I want to wait about $1. I think I want to wait till 23.23. I think that's the alert I'm going to set. Look, if we can break 23.23, I'm thinking $30, all right? Maybe this right here, this like 26. Yeah, maybe between 25.60 and 26.60, maybe that little dollar range will be a little tough. I'm not going to draw that line though, because I'm just seeing red, green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 red. Give me that green, 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 green back up, right? So I'm willing to wait $1 to hopefully make what looks like a good 20% above that, right? So I think I'm giving more power to the volume than to this candle breaking the two moving out. I think I don't believe this 20 broke. It hasn't been that long that we've been under it, but yeah, I might be wrong here. Let me know if you disagree, please. Again, I think this has been just too big a question mark month for me to just swallow the pill and say, okay, let's go. Give me a little more, prove it. I'm not even asking for a 10% move. I'm actually only asking for about 5%. Give me another $1, right? And I'm pretty much happy, right? So, yeah, I think that's good. Where are we on the weekly? Again, today is Wednesday on the calendar, but there is no trading on Friday. So tomorrow is the last day of this weekly, all right? We have to, at the very, very, very minimum, we have to close at a little above 24. All right. I realize that the 8 average is sitting at 23.40-ish, but I also want to like get into this 23.70. I think 23.70 is the least I would take tomorrow. Wait, 23.07. No, 23.70. Interesting. That's actually above my line. All right, that's what we need tomorrow. We need almost a 10% move tomorrow based on that weekly chart. That's actually a little bit less. That's a little bit higher than I was seeing needed on the daily, actually. So, cool. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Let's take a look at Nikola. Hey, Nikola, not too bad a chart right here. And it's all because of this 50 moving average, in my opinion. All right. So really quickly, if you can please subscribe, please share this video. Oh, it does wonders for these algorithms. All right. So I'm zooming back. I'm zooming back. I'm zooming back. Let's look at this. This is a good view. We make a beautiful run in June of last year, right? We fall, and more than anything, we completely lose the fit. Like the 50 did absolutely nothing to save us. All right, I'm actually putting a little more weight on the 200 purple line than I am the 50. 50 completely was nothing, then all of a sudden became this crazy resistance that we just couldn't get over till now. All right, when you have a moving average that's that much of a horrible resistance, when it breaks, good things happen. When you break the 8, you go to the 20. When you break the 20, you go to the 50. When you finally break the 50, you go to the 100. And when the channel is from down here all the way to up there, oh, that's a beautiful thing, right? From there, hey, look, the 100 was able to actually go as well, right? And I mean, this is what break and confirm means, right? We get over it day after confirms. I love it. I will say this, I'm zooming out. We've seen the RSI get into the high 80s, right? It wasn't that long ago. Since then, 75 was kind of the high, but I do think that we've, oops, I kicked something. I do think that we've got some room to go from 73 at least up to 80. And I think we might make our way, I think $1.04. I think $1.04 is a good number, if not 102. I think between $1.02 and $1.04 makes a good amount of sense for tomorrow's target, actually. All right, really at this point, after we get over that $1.105 range, it seems like it could actually be another fast climb up to $1.16. So Nikola is looking beautiful. Listen, I don't know if this 200 moving average is going to break. Just look at this thing. Since 2020, I'm going to stop right there. Since 2020, we have been well under that 200 moving average, except for a small, in 4 years, when you only have about a month and a half window, that's nothing. You can see how many times we've hit this thing, all to nothing, right? So I don't know if we're going to break this 200. I think it's a little early to talk about it, but I think it's reasonable to think, hey, if we break this 100, we should want to go to the 200, all right? So let's see what happens, like I said, between that $2 to $5 range. But that's, I think, a very fair target right now. That's a nice RSI. That's a nice MACD. They both have a good divergence. MACD's in the positive. Volume looks good. Check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark. I'm happy. I wish the RSI was a little lower, but hey, I'm happy, right? So loving this daily chart. I'm just not swinging home runs over the 200 just yet, all right? Where are we on the weekly? I think that 50 moving average lines up really well with that 200 on the daily. $1.11. That's a big number. If we can get over that, there's reason to think a lot more. But again, just look at the difficulty of the line, right? So 111 on the weekly, 120 on the daily. I would put a little more emphasis on that 120 line breaking, actually. So this is looking good. I think there's reason to believe that there's more. I just think keep your expectations realistic until we see what happens with some really critical lines. All right. So man, let me just really quickly flash Neo. Sorry, I've got to like run, actually. Oh man, I've got so many lines. It's been a long time since I've covered this, and I know I've got nothing below that, which is funny. Like none of those matter. I got to draw some new ones. So let me delete all this. I will draw some new lines shortly, really quickly. I'll stay here because I think we have to be here. If you can please subscribe, if you can please, dang, I keep kicking that. If you can please share this video, it does wonders with these YouTube algorithms, all right? So, Neo, the pain is not over yet. I believe it's just starting. Look, I know a 22 RSI is real low. I'm seeing not that long ago, it was an RSI of 2.27. Look at the box over there. And just look at the line on this RSI. We've been in the single digits a lot. Even this 10 right here, we've been here a lot. So I still think that there's a decent amount that this thing can drop on the RSI, all right? Zooming in, MACD just went into the negative. It looks like it's ready to go deeper into negative. That's a bad divergence to me. Volume is starting to get really bad right here. We are under... You break all 5 and you fly, you lose all 5 and you die. And I mean, that's basically happened since 7. We tried to get back up. No, we're staying below, all right? So what am I expecting? Let's draw a couple lines. First off, this is too high up, right? Yeah, I mean, let's even just take it to that. That's basically the IPO line. Yeah, we're way below that. This looks like it's next. Let's just draw that right there. And then, goodness, that looks like it's next. I believe we're coming to 412. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose 412. I'm not going to draw this 360. You know what? I'm going to lower that to here. And then I'm going to delete this. That's what I'm doing here. I really think we're coming down to 370. I don't think the pain... Red, 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 red. Green, green, green. Red, red, red. Green, green, green. I think this is going to be a continued red down. This is a scary chart. I know it looks bad. Volume still hasn't gotten crazy. Like I said, this is bad. We've seen bad before here too. If this thing starts getting bigger and bigger and higher over the 50, oh man, yeah, this scares me more than gets me excited, all right? On the weekly, same story, all right? I'm zooming out. I want to draw something real quick to there. Okay, 17 seems to be, I mean, we've obviously been lower here and here. We've hit that 17, give or take. I think this still comes down a little bit on the RSI. If we lose that 17 and it goes lower, oh my goodness, how low did it get back here? Oops, sorry. I want to click into the lowest. Oh man, I rarely see single-digit RSIs. And again, this is 2019, but the volume actually wasn't that different in 2019 than it is now. You can see the volume was 245 million. We're actually at 224 million so far in this week, right? So volume to volume, it's actually fair to compare them even though it's 2019 to 2024. So yeah, this does scare me way more. And again, it makes me think the pain ain't over here yet. I actually think the pain is just starting. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Hey, I appreciate you so much.